everyone, my name is Paula, but you can call me Pow. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy to be on your screen. Today I am going to be talking about a recent decision that I made that was a pretty big deal in my life. It took a lot of contemplation, a lot of thoughts, and it was definitely a process, and it was something that I had in my head and heart for a very long time, and it was just kind of sitting there, and it was processing over a span of multiple months. And then one night I kind of just had this mini existential crisis, as I do often, and I decided that college is not for me. At least not at this point in my life right now. I was attending college. I just finished my freshman year. I made the decision to not return to the school that I was attending or to return to school at all. I'm 19 and I've come to the realization that I can go to school whenever I want. Whether it's when I'm 22 or 35 or 56, I can go back whenever. Like, it's not going anywhere. And I'm at a point in my life right now where I know in my head and heart that I don't need to be going to college to pursue and do the things that interest me and that make me curious. And so I have decided that I'm not doing that. At least not right now or anytime soon. It was late at night and I was in my dorm room and I was watching YouTube, and I stumbled across this video called why not going to college was the best decision of my life or something, and I'm forgetting the dude whose channel it was, but he's amazing. I love him. I absolutely fell in love with his channel instantly, and I proceeded to binge watch everything on his channel. I'm gonna link him down below. I'll find the video and I will link it down below for anyone who's curious. But this is the video that I was like, after watching it, I was like, what the heck? I'm dropping out. That's it. It took me like a week to be like, okay, I'm actually withdrawing my enrollment from this university. Actually, I was going to transfer, but then I was like, nope. We're not even transferring, we're not going to continue with this because this is not what your soul and heart needs at this point in your life. Long story short, I'm making this video because I want to just kind of share my story thus far in this department realm of dropping out, the dilemma that is being a college dropout. If you're still in high school and you're like, I don't know if college is for me, please, please, please think about it before you just go with it. For me, I know that it was more of a, I need to get out of this town, I need to leave, I need to experience new things, I need change, I just want to get out. And college was the easiest and fastest avenue to that, or so I thought at the time. And so I graduated and it, bam, just like that, I didn't even second guess it. I was like, college, let's go. I want a new experience, I want new people, blah 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 blah. But it took me some time to realize that that was not the only way to experience new people, new things, learn, all that kind of stuff. There are so many ways to learn and meet new people, and I'm figuring all of that out right now. I deeply, deeply encourage you to consider it. If you're a junior or a sophomore or even a freshman or a senior, whatever, in high school, please consider it, because college is not for everyone. And although in today's society, it's kind of deemed as this necessary thing to be successful, I'm here to tell you that it's not. Or what do I know? I'm only 19 and I haven't experienced life to the fullest yet. But I can tell you that a college degree is kind of just like a piece of paper that gives you entrance into certain things. But if you're like me and you're not necessarily interested in an area that requires a degree, maybe you shouldn't be seeking one. And also, I read this article today that was very interesting. I found it on LinkedIn. It came up as suggested for me, and I was reading the commentary, and I'm going to share it with you actually. So basically, this article was all about, it was asking the question, is a college degree even worth it now? And that's been a hot topic now for some time. And so all these different people in the world, in the real world, who have written things or done things, I don't know, commented on the issue and on the article. And this one guy said, "A college degree is merely a receipt. It is proof of conforming to societal norms. Young adults are saddled with more student loan debt than ever before, 37,000 plus on average. And as a result, young adults nowadays are having fewer kids and buying homes less often, even though they want to do these things. Colleges are richer than ever, constructing tens and even hundreds of millions of dollars worth of new buildings, stadiums, and rec centers. This is all funded by our student loan debt. Oh, and the material and syllabi are decades outdated. Grades are an illusion, cheating is rampant. Many, not all of the professors have not done the thing they are teaching, or merely are reading word for word from McGraw-Hill's generic cookie-cutter slides. Schools are teaching meaningless degrees and charging six figures for them, preparing us for jobs that either don't exist or won't exist very soon. Robots are becoming the new middle class." In the words of my latest guest on the Growth Mindset University podcast, Ron Carucci, I don't know. "Higher education is a crumbling empire. If it is not going to fix itself, then crumble faster and get out of the way, because we have people to train for this progressive new age of business and life." And then this other girl said, "The education bubble in America has resulted in more people than ever having degrees but lacking in problem-solving skills, emotional awareness, and common sense. It is the lack of such skills that prevent them from succeeding longer term. The student loan crisis reflects Joe Average's willingness to take on debt in the misplaced belief that a piece of paper will somehow propel them to the top. My old mentor used to say, 'Water seeks its own level.' This means that in the short term, anyone can accumulate and buy degrees and minor awards, but in the long term, he or she will end up where they deserve to be. Can't fight the trend." This is what I have been contemplating and thinking about in my mind for so long. I just remember sitting in my classrooms and being like, I'm learning absolutely nothing. And just thinking to myself, are these professors aware of what this career looks like today? I felt at a standstill because I felt that everything that I was learning was not actually teaching me real world things. In a nutshell, I did not feel as though I was gaining anything from the classes that I was taking. I felt like I was reading material, cookie cutter material, like the guy commented on the article. I wasn't learning anything that I could apply to my real life, or that I felt like I could later apply to a future job. I just felt stuck, and I kept asking myself, what is the point? I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. It felt pointless to me, and I didn't love it. That's as simple as that. I don't know about you guys, but I am a woman of many loves. I am interested in so many things in this life. I am curious about so many things. I want to try so many things. I want to pursue so many things. And with that being said, there are a lot of things that I have yet to try, yet to do, yet to learn about. I did not feel like college was the place to do and learn those things that I'm interested in. I also don't know what the heck I want to do with my life. With that being said, at this point in my life, I value experience over sitting in a classroom and learning about something that I may not even use ever. And what if I get this degree in public relations and then I graduate, woohoo, I have this piece of paper, but then what if I change my mind and I'm like, I hate this field and I want to do something completely different? A degree is a degree and it opens many doors, yes, but I just don't really want to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a piece of paper that says I'm qualified when I don't know what the heck that field is actually like because I haven't experienced it. I've just been talked to about it. I just rather not spend thousands and thousands of dollars trying to figure out what I love and what I want to do with my life when I could be doing it for free or for a much lesser amount of money. This is not to say that going to college isn't a great thing, because it is, and for many people it is the thing to do. Like if you want to be a doctor or something more technical and analytical like that, you have to have a degree because those fields are very degree specific, and you need to actually know how to do like very cookie cutter things and understand certain practices and information to move up in that field. But for someone like me who's more creative and artistic and, you know, a lover of the arts, I think that there are different ways for me to experience the things that I'm interested in real life rather than in a classroom. School in general for me has always been something that feels very suffocating and just not authentic and not exciting, and I love to learn. Do not get me wrong. This is not about being lazy or not about wanting to put the work in, because I'm a hard worker, I have good work ethic, and when I want something, I will work and work and work until I get there. But I just didn't like school. I dreaded going to my classes, and I think that if I'm going to be spending that amount of money on something, that I should absolutely love it. And I just did not love it. And there just came a point where I called myself out and I was like, why are you in school? Like, I asked myself this. I was like, why are you going to school? And this was my answer to myself. I said, well, pal, you know, I think I'm in school because I wanted to get away. I wanted to experience new things, new people, and I want to be successful. So then I was like, okay, fair. But do you need to go to college to have those things? And then I answered to myself, no. And then I asked myself, so then why are you going to college? Are you happy? Do you love it? And then I answered to myself, I don't know. And no, I don't. So then I was like, all right, pal, you gotta be more true to yourself. Especially because this is not something that is cheap to lie to yourself about. So I was just like, what are you afraid of? Because you're obviously here because you're afraid of something. And I was like, yep, I think you're right. I think I'm afraid of failing, and I'm afraid of not being successful, because I have been told all my life that to be successful, you must go to college, get a degree, etc. Then I was like, wait a minute though. That's just not true. There are so many people in this world who have paved their own path. There are so many ways to learn about the world. There are so many ways to experience new things, meet new people, and immerse yourself in information and the topics that truly, really interest you without having to make a schedule of classes, which hold classes that you don't even want to take. You just have to take to like fulfill the degree requirements. But it's like, why am I paying like $300, $400, $500 for this class when I don't give a shit about this stuff? You know? So it was like, ding, 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 reality check, girl. Like, you need to be true to yourself and with yourself and for yourself. I decided, you know, pal, you gotta get over this. You gotta get over your ego, and you need to stop being afraid of failing. The sooner that I fail, the sooner I will succeed. And the sooner I admit that I don't know what the heck I'm doing or what I want, the sooner I will figure it out. I've talked to a surplus amount of people who have the exact same thoughts that I do, but they're scared. And I would say that that is a reasonable thing to feel. is fear, because people are judgmental, the world is a scary place, and I understand why a lot of people choose the more stable and like comfortable option, but I kind of want to make people question and wonder, like, is that the most comfortable, stable path? Because I don't know, it's like, what do you value in this life? Because if it's stability and comfort, then maybe getting a degree is your best option, depending on what you want to do. But if you're someone who values passion and curiosity and like creating and, I don't know, experimenting, then maybe it's not for you. Or maybe it is, depending on what you think college can offer you. I seriously do not regret for a second going to college. At first I was like, well, dang it. Now I know that I don't want to go to school, and I've already spent a year's worth of money on it. That's kind of dumb. But I did experience new things. I did experience new people. I did learn some things. And although they weren't all in the classroom, I did learn, and I don't regret it. And, it taught me what I want. I'm not really worried about it, because I know that if I change my mind in a couple of years, or literally next year, I can go back. It's not a big deal. And a lot of the time we have this mindset that we need to have it figured out as soon as possible. But what's the rush? The finish line is death, so take your time, Not to be morbid, but it just, sometimes I feel like we're all competing to finish. And it's finish what? Finish life? Why don't we take our time to figure it out, I think it's really important to know who you are, what you want, what you need, and what you value. And there's a difference between knowing those things and acting on those things. So I think it is important to, early on in life, be true to those things and to yourself, and to honor that, because the sooner you do that, and the sooner you're true to yourself and are honest and respectful to what you care about in this life, I think the happier you'll be and the more fulfilled you'll be. I can't stress enough what that girl commented on that article. She said, anyone can accumulate and buy degrees and minor awards, but in the long term, he or she will end up where they deserve to be. This means that, you can have a degree, but just because you have a piece of paper that says you're qualified in this field doesn't mean the world owes you anything. Someone who works hard, who's passionate, and who believes in herself or himself is going to achieve just as much as the next guy, whether they have a degree or not. Because it's not about what you have, it's about who you are. And if you're contemplating dropping out, or if you're contemplating taking a gap year or a break from school or whatever it may be, just know that it's your life. Our subconscious mind is a sponge, and it's really good at holding on to the ideas and beliefs that we have grown up hearing. And so if your parents are people who think that in order to succeed and live a happy life, you need a degree, that's probably one of the ideals that you have grown up semi-believing, whether you like it or not, because that's just how the ego and subconscious mind works. But I'm here to tell you that no matter how you were raised, or what you have ever heard from others, or what other people think about you and your life, just please, for the love of God, remember, it's your life. Okay? And no one can tell you how to live it. Or they can, but that doesn't mean that you have to listen. It's way better to try and fail and be like, okay, I messed up, rather than not try at all, or not do the thing that you've been wanting to do because you're afraid of what other people will think. And then years later, looking back and being like, I wonder what would have happened if I ... That, to me, is way scarier than failing. I hope that you are while I was alive, I experience such amazing moments, and I got to share those amazing moments with the people that I love the most, and I got to learn about myself and this world and about what's so amazing about this planet. And I got to figure out like what makes me, oh my god, this is amazing, no way. See, be like these people. When you're dead, I hope you're like these people. I hope you're like, I got to dance with the love of my life in a parking lot, and I didn't care if people were watching because I was happy. Like, that's what you should be living for, is those kinds of moments. If you love something, and if you work your booty off, and if you really believe in yourself, whatever it is, even if it's not a field that typically earns a lot of money, like, you're going to make money. Not only will you make money, but you will not hate your life when you wake up in the morning and have to go to work. Because when you do something that you love, it is no longer a job. It is just doing what you love and getting paid for it. So that's awesome. And I choose that every day, any day, always, over doing something that is completely unfulfilling just for the cha-ching. Like, that's just not me, okay? This is not me, but, you know, to each their own. So I think I'm going to end it here. But wait, because I have a few things to say before I end this. And I just want to say to any of you who are contemplating not going to college or not continuing going to college, I would like to say I am here for you, I support you, and I believe in you, and if you need someone to talk to about it, I would love to be that person for you. I know what it's like to fear the judgment of others, and I know what it's like to hear that little voice in your head being like, you might be making a mistake, but trust your gut. Your gut does not lie. It is not deceitful, and 99% of the time it will steer you in the right direction. So trust that feeling. This life is short, and we need to spend it doing the things that we love with the people that we love. If I can be someone that like is that helping hand or like that little push that you need to take the step to do something that you think could change your life for the better, that is amazing. And if this even helped someone, just one person, that means the absolute world. So I hope this video was helpful, or I don't know if you were just wondering like why I'm not continuing with my college career for the time being. I hope you're like, oh, okay, I understand. Or if you're like, what? I don't get who you are. That's fine too. But thank you so much for watching this video. I am so happy that I got to have this talk with you. And whoever you are, wherever you are going to be just fine. Everything's going to be okay. And if you're a little bit confused, don't worry, you're not the only one. We literally all are. Nobody knows what's going on, even if it seems like they do. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're still here at the end, please give this video a thumbs up so I know you guys are the realists. Like, I literally love you guys. So yeah, I can't wait to see you soon. I'm so excited to start making more videos regularly. I seriously love this so much. So thank you for being a part of this platform where I get to share my story with you guys. Much love. I'll see you next time. Mwah!